Welcome to Mindblow, the ultimate destination for jaw-dropping content that will surprise, inspire, and entertain you every step of the way. If you love discovering the unexpected, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and share with your friends to keep the excitement going. Your support helps us keep blowing minds and creating content you'll never forget. So buckle up and get ready, because this is just the beginning. In the deep waters of Subic Bay, something stirs. Once this was a ghost port, abandoned piers, silent docks, the jungle reclaiming concrete and steel. The mighty US Navy had vanished, leaving only echoes. But now, the silence is breaking. Subic Bay is coming back to life. Fresh paint covers old buildings, new machinery hums, and Philippine-flagged ships glide into berths once reserved for American giants. These are not relics, they're modern frigates and patrol vessels, the pride of a nation rearming itself. Subic Bay is no longer a Cold War relic. It's the nerve center of the Philippines' new defense strategy. The world is watching as this fortress awakens. The South China Sea is tense, maritime claims are being pushed, islands fortified. For the Philippines, the threat is now at its doorstep. Subic Bay's strategic value can't be ignored. Its revival is a signal. The Philippines is ready to stand its ground. This is not nostalgia, it's necessity. The calm after the Cold War is gone, replaced by new uncertainty. Subic Bay's transformation is quiet but deliberate. The region is on edge, alliances are shifting, and Subic is at the center. The question is, why now? The answer lies in history, strategy, and the urgent need for security. Subic Bay's awakening is more than a local story, it's a message to the world. The Philippines is navigating a treacherous path between powerful allies and rivals. Subic Bay is the epicenter of this new era. Its rebirth is a story of power, risk, and the future of the Pacific. The ghosts are gone, Subic Bay is alive again, and its story is just beginning. To understand Subic Bay's present, you must know its past. For nearly a century it was America's fortress in the Pacific. Subic Bay was the largest U.S. military base overseas, a city of shipyards, airfields, and supply depots. It powered U.S. operations from Vietnam to the Persian Gulf. Tens of thousands of Americans lived here, and the local economy thrived on the base's presence. But it was a double-edged sword security for the Philippines, but also a reminder of foreign control. In 1991, Mount Pinatubo erupted, devastating the base. Soon after, the Philippine Senate rejected a new treaty, ending the U.S. era at Subic. The Americans left in 1992, lowering their flag and handing the base to the Philippines. Subic became a free port zone. Cruise ships replaced warships, warehouses filled with goods, not munitions. For a while it worked. Subic was a model of economic conversion, but the world changed again. The bay's strategic silence was never meant to last. As regional tensions rose, the echoes of Subic's military past grew louder. The Philippines realized that the bay's value was not just economic but strategic. Subic's story was far from over. The ghosts of the past were about to be replaced by the realities of a new era. Subic Bay was waiting to be awakened. For years, the Philippine Navy was a quiet tenant at Subic, overshadowed by commerce and aging ships. But the need for a modern deep-water base became urgent as threats in the West Philippine Sea grew. The turning point came in the 2020s. In 2022, the Navy reactivated a major part of the old base as Naval Operating Base Subic. This was a decisive move. No longer just a tenant, the Navy became the master of Subic. The arrival of new missile-capable frigates like the BRP Jose Rizal marked a new era. Subic now gives the Navy strategic depth. Ships can reach contested waters in less than a day. The base allows for sustained patrols, rapid repairs, and a true blue water presence. The Navy is upgrading piers, dredging channels, and building new facilities. This is more than parking ships, it's building a modern naval ecosystem. Filipino sailors are reclaiming their maritime destiny. Subic's piers are buzzing with activity once more. The transformation is just beginning, but the message is clear. The Philippines is serious about defending its waters. Subic Bay is now the heart of a revitalized Navy. The era of quiet neglect is over. A new dawn is breaking over Subic Bay. Filipino steel gleams where American warships once ruled. The future of Philippine maritime power starts here. Subic Bay's reactivation caught the world's attention, especially the United States. The old alliance is back, but on new terms. Under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, U.S. forces are guests, not owners. American warships now dock at Subic for repairs, resupply, and joint exercises. These are not casual visits, they're strategic, building real interoperability. The U.S. is investing in upgrades, making Subic a key node in regional security. But it's not just America. France and other allies are making port calls, signaling support for Manila. Subic is becoming a multinational hub for maritime security. It's a place where like-minded nations converge to uphold a rules-based order. Upgrades are underway, runways, ship repair, command systems. Subic is now a vital link in a network of Indo-Pacific alliances. What happens here will ripple across the region. The world is watching Subic Bay. Its transformation is methodical, deliberate, and deeply strategic. The Philippines is no longer alone in these contested waters. Subic Bay is the new front line of alliance and deterrence. Why Subic? Look at a map. Southeast Asia has other naval ports, but none like this. Subic Bay is one of the world's finest natural deep-water harbors, vast, sheltered, and deep enough for the largest warships. Its American-built infrastructure gives it a head start over rivals like Cam Ranh Bay. The Subic Bay Freeport Zone adds a commercial backbone, an airport, skilled workforce, and logistics network. Military and commercial synergy makes repairs faster and cheaper. Other regional ports can't match this integration. Subic's location is unmatched, but its real power is in its ability to sustain and support a fleet. In a conflict, logistics is everything. Subic is not just a parking lot for ships, it's a lifeline. The ability to keep a fleet operational can decide victory or defeat. In the strategic calculus of the 21st century, Subic Bay stands alone. It is the crown jewel of Southeast Asian ports. The Philippines holds a unique asset, and the world knows it. Subic Bay's location is its greatest asset. On Luzon's west coast, it faces the contested South China Sea, just 150 nautical miles from Scarborough Shoal. A strong naval presence here changes the regional balance. Subic sits at a maritime crossroads, north to the Luzon Strait and Taiwan, west into the South China Sea. In any conflict, control of these waters is crucial. Subic allows rapid response in multiple directions, complicating any adversary's plans. For the US and allies, it's a forward staging point. For adversaries, a challenge. For the Philippines, it's both leverage and vulnerability. Subic's geography makes it a prize, and a target. Its strength is also its risk. The deep harbor that welcomes allies could also draw enemy fire. Subic's location is a double-edged sword. Its fate is tied to the region's future. As warships return to Subic, a question lingers. Who's really in control? The Philippine flag flies, but US access and investment raise tough questions. Is this a partnership of equals, or is the Philippines a platform for American power? The government insists it's a strategic alliance. US presence is a force multiplier, not a return to colonial days. The US is a guest, not an owner. But memories of the old base linger. Some locals fear a return to past problems. Critics warn that US forces make Subic a target in any US-China conflict. The debate is about sovereignty, security, and national identity. The 1991 Senate vote to oust US bases was a stand for independence. Now the pendulum swings back. Manila must balance alliance and autonomy. The partnership must serve Philippine interests, not just American strategy. The challenge is to walk the tightrope, strong but sovereign. Subic's control is about more than military command. It's about the nation's soul. Subic Bay's rebirth is a gamble, a double-edged sword. A modern navy and strong alliance promise security and prosperity. Investment brings jobs and pride. But Subic's strategic value also makes it a target. In a US-China conflict, Subic could be in the crosshairs. The same features that make it valuable also make it vulnerable. The people of the Philippines stand to gain, but also bear the risk. The decision to remilitarize Subic is a bet on deterrence. Strength is more than ships and bases. It's economic stability, independence, and safety. Subic makes the military stronger, the alliance tighter. But does it make the nation safer? That's the question that will define the Philippines and the Pacific for decades to come. Subic Bay's story is far from over.